Divine Grace, Abhay Charnarvind Bhaktivedanta Swamy Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON founder Acharya Sevra the whole world, Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Gaura Nitai Ki Jai. Lakshmi Narasimha Swamy Ki Jai. Radha Govinda Ki Jai. Tulsi Maharani Ki Jai. Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhiraye Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 25 and Text 27. Asevaya ayam prakrutehe gunana jnanena vairagya vijrumbitena yogena mayi arpitaya cha bhaktya mam pratyak atmanam iha avarundhe asevayayam prakrute gunanam jnanena vairagya vijrumbitena yogena mayyarpitaya cha bhaktya mam pratyagatmanam iha varunde asevayayam prakrute gunanam jnanena vairagya vijrumbitena yogena mayyarpitaya cha bhaktya mam pratyagatmanam iha varundhe. By not engaging in the service, I am this person, prakrutehe gunanam, of the modes of material nature, jnanena, by knowledge, vairagya, with renunciation, vijrumbitena, develop, yogena, by practicing yoga, mayi, unto me, arpitaya, fixed, cha, and bhaktya, with devotion, mam, unto me, pratyak atmanam, the absolute truth. Iha, in this very life, avarundhe, one attains. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: thus by not engaging in the service of the modes of material nature, but by developing Krishna consciousness, knowledge and renunciation, and by practicing yoga, in which the mind is always fixed in devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one achieves my association in this very life, for I am the Supreme Personality, the Absolute Truth. Please repeat. Thus by not engaging in the service of the modes of material nature, but by developing Krishna consciousness, knowledge and renunciation, and by practicing yoga, in which the mind is always fixed in devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one achieves my association in this very life, for I am the Supreme Personality, the Absolute Truth. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. When one engages in devotional service to the Lord in the 9 different kinds of Bhakti Yoga, as enunciated in authoritative scriptures, such as hearing, Shravanam, chanting, Kirtanam, remembering, offering worship, praying, and offering personal service, either in one of them, or 2, or 3, or all of them, he naturally has no opportunity to engage in the service of the 3 modes of material nature. Unless one has good engagements in spiritual service, it is not possible to get out of the attachment to material service. Those who are not devotees, therefore, are interested in so-called humanitarian or philanthropic work, such as opening a hospital or charitable institution. These are undoubtedly good works in the sense that they are pious activities, and their result is that the performer may get some opportunity for sense gratification either in this life or in the next. Devotional service, however, is beyond the boundary of sense gratification. It is completely spiritual activity. When one engages in the spiritual activities of devotional service, naturally he does not get any opportunity to engage in sense gratificatory activities. Krishna conscious activities are performed not blindly, but with perfect understanding of knowledge and renunciation. This kind of yoga practice, in which the mind is always fixed upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead in devotion, results in liberation in this very life. The person who performs such acts gets in touch with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Chaitanya therefore approved the process of hearing from realized devotees about the pastimes of the Lord. It doesn't matter to what category of this world the audience belongs. If one meekly and submissively hears about the activities of the Lord from a realized soul, he will be able to conquer the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is unconquerable by any other process. Hearing or associating with devotees is the most important function of self-realization. Rasansta Bhaktivedanta Purporto Madhyanatamirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvesesha Shunnavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we are reading from the chapter Glories of Devotional Service, and this is the conclusive verse of Lord Kapila to his mother Devahuti. So here he is mentioning the glory of the devotional service, that Mam Pradhyagatmanam Iha Avarundhe. One attains the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Pradhyaka Atma means absolute truth. Absolute truth means the original source of everything. He says, one attains me by yogena mai arpitaya cha bhaktya. With devotion, if somebody fixes his mind upon Krishna, Krishna's service, then asevayayam prakrute gunanam, and not engaging in the service of Maya, but by engaging in the service of Krishna, how jnanena vairagya vijrumbitena, with knowledge and renunciation developed. So we have been hearing the glories of devotional service, particularly in this chapter, directly from the Lord. And here we can see the Lord is explaining that he will be conquered only by one process, and that is by rendering loving devotional service. If somebody is engaged in loving devotional service, he is actually overcoming the cycle of birth and death, and then he is preparing his immortal life. But if somebody is not fortunate enough to engage in the devotional service of the Lord, then he will be forced to engage in prakrute gunanam, the service of the three modes of material nature. So as soon as somebody engages in such service to the modes, he is preparing his one more mortal body. Automatically the preparation will be going on. Every action that one does in these three modes is silently and secretly building the next body for him. But as soon as one asevayayam prakrute, and if one doesn't serve like that, but engages in Krishna's service, here also his next body is getting ready, that is the spiritual body. So recently there was a summit in China attended by many powerful leaders, including the supreme leaders of Russia, China, and India. So the whole world was keenly watching what are they going to discuss, what will be their strategies for the future. Because in this world you see there is a race going on for becoming a supreme power. Everybody, every nation is aspiring to become the number one in the world. So then, of course, the Indian Prime Minister comes back, and the next day there was a kind of a celebration of 50th year celebration of China's freedom after the World War II. So there was a big parade of all the missiles and the weapons that China has developed. So to attend that function, the three powerful leaders, Russia, China, there's one Vietnam, South Korea, these leaders were coming on to the stage. And the whole event is live streamed, everybody is watching. And the content is highly controlled, what comes out, because that's the policies of those countries. But suddenly there is one small audio clip got leaked out, which is heard by many social media users. It's a conversation between the supreme leaders of Russia and China. As they're walking towards the stage to attend the function, they were whispering to each other that there is so much of advancement in biotechnology that it is very easy to change the bodily parts. So we can regularly change the bodily parts and look always young, and then we can live up to 170 years. And there is a translator also in between. He's translating to both the leaders, and then they're all smiling. Both the leaders are smiling at each other. The third person is also smiling, although he has not understood the language because there was no translator for him. But he understood that 170 years, and then he is also happy. All these leaders, they are ambitious to live longer and consolidate their power, and they want to continue to rule the way they are ruling. And they're discussing about living longer and, if possible, attain immortality. Again, the same tendency. Every jiva wants to attain immortality, freedom from this process of dying and again taking birth. Dying doesn't mean complete change of the body. Even little change is also a death. That way this body is dying every day. When we say my birthday, basically you are saying one more year deducted from my account. One more year is, I have died one more year. So, under the modes, the tendency of the jiva is to become master. As the master, as the conqueror, and wants to become very powerful. And one of the tendencies is to increase the lifespan. And of course, later on, I think they came to know that this audio got leaked or something like that. Later on, one of those leaders, they confirmed, yes, we are discussing about the advancements in biotechnology. So there is a possibility of replacing the organs in the body systematically with the younger organs so that one can push up his lifespan to bigger spans. I remember in Telangana, in one of the hospitals, there was a first heart transplantation. And the government had to create one, what do you call, a green channel in the traffic. Somewhere the person died and he wrote in his will, after my death, my heart can be given to the person, a person who needs it. And then so now here is a person who is there in the hospital, and there somebody died, and the heart has to be brought to this person. And so the government has created a green channel. The whole traffic was kind of controlled, and the heart was transported from that place to this hospital, and immediately they did the necessary surgery or whatever operation, and this person got the heart. Now that's the technological advancements that the world is seeing. So these leaders are ambitious that, yes, I want to change my organs and then ensure that I remain youthful, full of energy, and I can continue whatever activities, whatever kind of power that I am enjoying. In Bhagavatam also we see one story of Yayati, a king Yayati, and he is so lusty that he wants to continue his youthful enjoyment, and then he asks all his sons to exchange their youth to him. Of course, one of them, they agree, and that's so Yayati gets a youthful body, and that person gets the the old body. So this tendency is there, that one wants to be youthfully and energetically live as long as possible. This tendency is there. But Shastra is saying, if you want to be immortal, if you want to conquer this process of death, then asevayayam prakrute gunanam, you have to not to work, not to serve the three modes of material nature. This is the first condition. If you want to live eternally, then stop serving Maya, the three modes of material nature. If you act passionately, or if you act ignorantly, or even if you act balancedly, still you have to die, because the process is like that in this world. You cannot stop the process of death. But then, if one wants to come out of this process, then what he has to do? Yogena mayarpitaya cha bhaktya. Arpitya means fixed. If somebody is fixed in bhaktya, devotional service to Krishna, mam pratyek atmanam, if somebody is fixed his mind in rendering devotional service to Krishna, then he will conquer this process of the cycle of birth and death. The death is happening even now. Every day, slowly the people are dying, although they may not realize. Actually, now it's a rainy season. The next will be winter season. And particularly, we will be waiting for the sun to come, the sun to appear in the sky, and then get some sunlight. And all the health enthusiastic people, they'll be waiting for the sun rays to be visible and falling. And so they want to sit under the sunlight and ensure that the body gets the necessary vitamins. Particularly, most of the devotees, not only devotees, most of the people in this world, they're suffering with vitamin D deficiency because they don't spend enough time under the sun. How is that? Because now we got used to spending our time inside the AC rooms. Somebody is working in the AC room, office, comes out, there is an AC vehicle, comes out, then AC airport, AC flight, then gets down, again AC car, goes into one more AC room, and then takes rest. He is not able to get any exposure to sun. This is a lifestyle. In India, people are suffering from this deficiency, can you believe? India is blessed with the sunlight throughout the year. But here also, because of the artificial lifestyle, we got disconnected from Lord's creation. So as soon as we see sun and sunlight, everybody is excited. They say, wow, because they comes to know that, I have to sit under the sunlight, and so that I can be healthy. So they all, in some countries you will see they line up in front of the ocean. There will be some kind of a lying down beds, and they'll all be, it's called sun bath. They'll be, in India actually, if you can just walk around also, that's sufficient, but then we don't do that. So these health enthusiasts, they are very happy to see the sun coming up. But how does a Krishna conscious person see this? He sees, now one more sunrise means one more day gone from my account. This is the view of a Krishna conscious. The sun has come to take away one more day from my account. He's gradually, he's taking away the lifespan. So that's why the devotee has to be very vigilant. The sun is taking away your day, one more day from your account, and devotee, you can fight with the sun. Somebody is coming to steal something from you, then you have to fight with that person. Who can fight with sun? So the devotee fights by rendering loving devotional service to Krishna. Let us say he sits under the sunlight and takes one book of Prabhupada and starts reading. Now he is defeating the sun. The sun came to take away your time and energy. He is reducing your lifespan. But a devotee, by reading Prabhupada books, chanting his rounds, thinking of his project, thinking of his service, all the while under the sun, he is actually building his next eternal life, immortality. This is the process to become immortal. Not by doing some material adjustments, somehow steal organs from others and then become youthful. This will increase now. Now human life is under threat. As the biotechnology increases, everybody will be saying, okay, this person looks healthy, that person looks healthy. And then he tries to take away. Of course, we have not seen openly like this, but gradually these things will come. There will be organ thieves. But we are talking about a process. By yogena mai arpitaya cha bhaktya. That is a proper process. How you can attain immortality. And then attain Krishna. Mam pradyakatmanam iva iha avarundate. One attains in this very life. If we want to attain Krishna in this very life, then one has to follow this process of fixing the mind on Krishna. So here Prabhupada is quoting Lord Chaitanya's process. He says the process for attaining Krishna consciousness or immortality is hearing from realized devotees. Hearing from Srila Prabhupada. From his books, one can any time hear from Prabhupada. You may say, how I can hear? When you read, actually that is hearing. The books are recorded chanting, and when you read, you are hearing. And Prabhupada says the principle of reading is that you take one book and thoroughly read. Don't open too many books and too many shastras and go on putting your hand everywhere. Partially reading something here, partially reading something there, and think that now I have become a big scholar, I have become a big this thing. Instead, take one small book and then thoroughly read from end to end. Now, how should we read Prabhupada books? Because this is going to counteract the attack of the mortality, attack of the death, the process of sun, the process of many other elements, continuously taking away your time from this world. Now this book is going to counteract, so how much serious I should be? If I have to be overcoming these forces of Maya, Prakrute Gunanam, Asevaya, we should not serve these forces. Now how is this possible? Possible through simply hearing from the realized devotees. So when you take a book, you are approaching Guru. And according to Bhagavad Gita, there are 3 steps are there. pranipatena, pariprashnena, seva. These are the 3 steps. If you want to acquire knowledge from a realized soul, the first step is pranipat, full surrender. Prabhupada explains in one place, prani means prakrusti rupena. Pra means fully, nipatena, pranipatena. Nipatena means blank slate. Fully you have to blank your mind, in the sense you should think, I don't know anything. Like a blank slate. See, children, no, they see, they are like, they're having blank slates. That's why they are very inquisitive. Very, very eager to learn. Continuously they will be asking their parents, what is this, what is this, what is this, what is this? That is the nature of the child. Because of that inquisitiveness, the child learns a lot of things of this world and then gradually able to survive the various forces of this world. So similarly, if we want to be away from prakrute gunanam, if you want to counteract this service opportunities given by Maya, Maya is nowadays lot of varieties of opportunities is given. People are absorbed in illusory activities. What is the illusory activity? The activity that doesn't result in eternal life. This is the illusory activity. So now Maya has offered so many activities like that. So if you don't want to fall for any of such activities, if we want to be situated in our eternal life, easiest thing is to hear from Prabhupada. So take the book, thoroughly read from page 1 to the last page. Of course, you can open some 2-3 books, but thoroughly read. Make a thorough study, attentive study. And how do you approach? Nipatena. That means I don't know anything. Don't bring your video WhatsApp university knowledge. What is this WhatsApp university? People are satisfied reading WhatsApp messages. And they think that's the knowledge. No, Prabhu, I have enrolled to very good channels. Every day I get very good quotes and videos and all that. That university education we don't want. Take one book of Prabhupada, systematically study from page 1 to last page. Here and there, if something is helping you, yes, it's nice, but don't think that completes the education. Now, people are joking now. WhatsApp university means everybody is learning from WhatsApp or social media or Instagram and this and that. There is no systematic knowledge. Secondly, there is no thorough. There is no depth to it. Just quickly, they go on doing, And that too, let us say you have some 40 quotes to read because you are registered in so many channels. 40, 50 quotes are there, and all are Prabhupada quotes only. Now you have to read. Now what will be your mood? No pranipata. That means there is no blank slate here. You think already malum hai, tak, malum hai, you have to clear this 40. That will not work. You have to render service to Prabhupada. That anyway devotees are doing. Next thing is to question and get the clarity. You have to thoroughly understand the meaning. That happens only by pariprashna. Surrender. That means whatever Guru says, you have to accept. Blank slate, no, you have nothing to ask, challenge, nothing to challenge. You just accept. And then if you're not understood, apparently there is something not understood, then ask submissive questions. That's why Prabhupada is saying, if one meekly and submissively hears about the activities of the Lord from a realized soul, he will be able to conquer the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is unconquerable by any other process. Hearing and associating with devotees is the most important function for self-realization. See, these are all very golden words, or diamond words, or chintamani words. So we have to take this seriously. Do a nice thorough study of Prabhupada books. If you don't want to, better to take one physical copy, physical book, and read nicely. Why? Because when you are reading physical book, there are no messages. If you are reading in mobile, suddenly there will be one more message, one more alert, one more this thing. Your reading will stop. That is actually disrespect to Prabhupada. When you are taken his book and when you are reading thoroughly, complete. Decide next 30 minutes, next 50 minutes, next 1 hour, I am going to focus on this service. So like that, devotees, when they are chanting, they should focus on chanting. When they are reading, they should focus on reading. Because while reading also you are associating with Krishna. And Krishna doesn't come alone. He comes with all his potencies. So Bhagavad Gita reading also is a sound. You are touching the sound of Bhagavad Gita. That is also full of all the Sachidananda energies. Krishna means Krishna with his all his energies. So, and when you are reading Krishna Katha, Krishna Leela, you are hearing that Krishna is killing Kamsa, killing this demon, that demon. That pastime is actually happening. You are reading and you are part of that pastime. This is the absolute nature. That's why here it is Pradyak Atmanam Iha Avarunde. Pradyak Atmanam means it's an absolute truth. There's no difference between Krishna and Krishna Leela. So when Leela you are studying, Krishna is there. When you are chanting, Krishna is there. So this is how we can associate with the Supreme Lord. Iha Avarunde means one attains. In this very life, we can attain Krishna's association by following this process, read regularly, chant regularly, and we can attain Krishna. We'll stop here. Any questions? Yeah. Pratyak Atmanam
means absolute truth, like that Prabhupada gave translation. In some other place, Pratyagatma means that some yoga process, Paragatma, Pratyagatma, like that.
There is some distinction is there.
Distinction is
yeah,
there.
Pratyekatma also refers to the super soul. It refers to super soul. And so, yes, it refers to absolute truth. Because absolute truth has these three different angles of vision, how you can see absolute truth. One is to see the impersonal Brahma Jyoti, one is to see the super soul, one is to see Bhagavan. Now, since Kapila is speaking, he is Bhagavan actually, and so Prabhupada has translated absolute truth. There is no difference. Pratyekatma.
Already Mam word is there. Again, Pratyagatma.
He is telling, I am the Supreme Personality. Mam Pratyagatmam Pratyag Atmanam Iha Avarunde. Mam means one should not think he is an ordinary Mam, an ordinary person. He is a Pratyagatman person. He is a super soul. He is the absolute truth. And that's why it is possible to associate with him in innumerable processes of devotional service, either by hearing, chanting, studying, worshipping. In innumerable ways, we can get the association of the Supreme Lord. And most importantly, we are happy only when associate with Krishna. We are happy only in the service of Krishna. We might have forgotten, we may not feel all this, but the only possibility of happiness is if we can associate with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, Narayana, Narasimha. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.